Welcome to The Divide with Mike and Corey, two diehard baseball fans who don't agree on anything. Which side will you choose? This is
Welcome
The
to
Divide.
With Mike and Corey.
That's your boy Todd Frazier.
Hey guys, I'm Julie Stewart-Banks.
Hey, what's up? This is Cliff Floyd. You can catch me on The Divide.
You can catch me on The Divide on Fox Sports The Gambler.
Hopefully our disagreements one day bring us all together.
So stupid. So corny. And so stupid. I hope our disagreements bring us together.
Yeah, I do. This is The Divide.
And here we are, Divide Live, Fox Sports The Gambler, 102.5 Philly, 104.1 Trenton. Check us out on the iHeartRadio app. Did you do that on purpose?
Did you hear it? No. It's right here. I'll wear it on my chest.
I was like, man, that was perfect timing.
No, yeah. I have my new Tops shirt on, and I like it. So I was like, do I want to show that, or do I want to show the sweater? You were saying iHeart, so yeah, I zipped it up.
Nice. Well, let me
Felt
see
like
the top.
Mr.
What's going on
Rogers.
with the top shirt? Yeah, shake it, baby. Oh, that is like, where'd you get that shirt?
Temu. It was like $4. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, yo, that shirt's hot. Like, and honestly, it's a great material. I recommend it. Also,
Man,
an
I think
iHeart
you're
sponsor.
the only person to recommend Temu. That's
All of
fantastic.
iHeart does. Like, it bailed us out when we needed it for sure. It was huge.
That's
yeah,
fantastic.
shout outs to Temu. Temu.
Well, now Temu's going to be in my ads on my phone the next time I pick it up.
Yeah.
So I
Hopefully
can't wait
they
to
hear
check
this.
that out. We haven't gotten together in a while. And
Yeah.
It's so funny because when we go to record,
Mm-hmm.
and this is pre-recorded because of the holidays tomorrow and all that other stuff, but when we go to
I love how we
record-
explain ourselves. We're always pre-recorded.
Because I'm waiting for one person to be like, I'm going to walk in a store on a Friday night and be like, wait a second. And like they turn up their radio and they're like, how can you be right here
When you're
in there? Like,
Oh, it's the best. It's the best, especially if you also project it to go live on socials. People that are like perplexed.
Their
when they
mind
see
is
it. Yeah,
blown.
it's great, especially around our town.
So I'm always gonna explain myself. So I'm just anyway.
As
So
you should.
I left the house and I keep saying I'm going to make content with Mike, but I have to stop myself from saying that because in the Twitter or the X universe,
Yeah.
there's profiles that are like making new content tonight, and it's not the content that we make. So that's where my mind goes every time. I'm like, I got to go make some content with Mike. We're gonna
That's
hang
great.
out. And I'm
We'd
just like,
probably make more money if we were in that business.
absolutely, absolutely, we would.
I couldn't hide behind this desk. Like I've been.
I'm sure there's a
Oh,
market
man.
for that.
Yeah.
So I'm behind the desk. But baseball already. How many seconds in?
baseball's
I didn't even start.
back.
This is a mess. This is a
We're
mess.
3 minutes in.
All right, baseball is back.
Mm-hmm.
And in typical fashion, because of the weather, the Mets got postponed. And,
Yeah.
Phillies
the
got
Phillies.
postponed.
Yeah.
The Yankees still played because they
They
played
did.
in
In a
the
dome in
Texas.
Houston.
Exactly.
I don't understand why any East Coast team isn't playing on the West Coast the first couple weeks. Like, I know, like, you want baseball back, you want to be in your park. Like, don't get me wrong, but it just doesn't make sense.
No.
Even, Baltimore, I think they're hosting, not LA. Who are they hosting right now?
Earlier, well,
yeah, was it
we're
the
talking
Angels?
earlier today. They destroyed. It was like 11.
Yeah, it was the Angels.
It was the Angels.
Yeah, but I'm like, why aren't you on the other side of,
Yeah,
So
especially because the bridge went down and everything. I'm like, come on, balls. 11-3 was the final of that one.
yeah.
You saw videos from that bridge, right?
Oh
Right, House?
my God, dude.
So, are we at this new stage in life where there's just so much distrust in the government? I was like, of course, I got caught in Twitter world. The people are like,
yeah.
oh, well, the person that was driving the boat has a Ukraine boater's
Oh,
license.
my
And,
God.
oh, this, that. I'm like, dude, really? It just sounds
Yeah.
like a guy was like, oh, wait, that's a bridge. Like,
Horrifying accident.
right.
The anchor kind of swung it the other way. I don't know physics as well as, one time I was in court fighting a ticket.
Okay.
And I won. But I was explaining what the driver did in front of me, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, are you like a physics major or something?" And I was like,
What?
"Yeah." I was like, "Are you being sarcastic right now?" He's like, "Can you answer the question? You're on record." I was like, "Yeah, I'll answer it. No, I'm not a physics major, but why are you? So the cop was a jerk, but I got out of the ticket $0 worth every
Nice.
second of my life.
Yeah.
They couldn't prove what he was trying to say. It was great." because I didn't deserve the ticket.
Right.
So I won, but like he was getting antsy and annoyed. He's like,
Man, you even showed up in the
they're
first
like,
place.
listen, $75. You don't have to sit in front of the judge. No point, violation. We move on. I was like, listen, $75 is a lot of money. Like, I'm gonna stick it out. I was like, it's another hour tops. That's $75 an hour. I'll take that bet. Like, so if you're already willing to gamble, like, I'm willing to do that. So I did. I was so proud of the $0, and that's what happened. But I don't even know where that came out of. we were talking
about the bridge and the driver of the boat with the anchor pulling the boat. You're like, I've never driven a boat before. I have no idea how these things work.
So apparently, like, when he dropped anchor to try to avoid it, like, kind of swung him around and he hit the bridge anyway.
Yeah.
So he did try to avoid it. He had no power or something. Tried to drop anchor, but that like kind of flings you into a direction. So crazy.
It was wild.
Crazy. Yeah. God bless the people that did tragically pass or are missing, which is insane.
They're missing, presumed dead at this point. Man, we are a far cry from baseball where this conversation started. Jesus Christ.
Because I mentioned Baltimore.
Oh, my God. I know, but it's
also
our minds are terrible.
Yeah. Have you noticed, like, how freaking, like, just that would have been a bigger deal? I'm not saying it's not a big deal. I'm just saying, like, it would be covered a lot more if we weren't so desensitized, like, as humanity right now.
I don't think there's anything that can hit the news where the world stops anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know what, like, the tipping point was. I know it was during COVID when everybody was just, like, on the news cycle nonstop, and there was just so much happening. People were like, forget it. Nothing matters anymore. But yeah, dude, there's no such thing as a big news story that hangs around for like a week anymore.
Nothing.
It's just it's there and it's gone. It's just and
It's
there's
disappointing.
so much stuff. I mean, like there's so much going on right now. It's absolutely insane. And in baseball now, thankfully, it's back.
We can talk about that.
We can talk about that. Yankees had their the opener in Houston.
Right.
They started off down 4-0 in the second, and then they worked their way up. It really was not a good performance.
No,
Not at all. Hitting wise was not a good performance. Pitching settled in. But we might as well talk about it now. The Yankees won 5-4. Shout out to the Yankees. It's going to be a long season, whatever. We might as well talk about it now. The whole Ohtani gambling situation.
Okay.
And I feel like you just sent me the one tweet that the Yankees sent out earlier. It was like
Cortez.
It was basically the betting lines for Cortez with the official Yankee Twitter sending out betting lines and a check mark that Nestor hit, the bet. If you laid it on the line, because they're sponsored by FanDuel. And I feel like there's other teams that are sponsored by different betting companies, and it's just hysterical that MLB had this investigation on whether or not Ohtani was illegally, throwing, no pun intended, games. And you're going to sit there and still be okay with all these betting sponsors. Like, how far do your morals really go here? Like,
they don't go far.
Jesus.
It's the almighty dollar, man.
100%. It's so wild. Like, to add to the world we live in, you have Pete Rose that'll never get into the Hall of Fame because he was betting on himself to win. And now you have not every, but most Major League Baseball teams with their own gambling app sponsor.
And if you think about it, that money is then used to pay the player. So they're getting paid by
insane
big gambling companies, which is nuts.
Insane. They don't even have to win their bet to get paid.
Right. Like it all started with ESPN scrolling on the bottom. They would give you the line.
Of course.
They always talked about that in sports radio. Like, what's the line? Like, blah, blah, blah. So that stuff made sense, but now it's like directly in your face. And then as a society, which is funny, we're going to sit there and be like, oh my God, I can't believe he gambled. Like, first off, if it wasn't on his own sport, which, it's hard to say if it was or wasn't with all the stuff you were able to dig up, about the situation. But everybody else is doing it. It's concerning to the point where the NCAA announced today that they're going to take away player prop bets. Like, they're going to try to ban them from all these gambling sites.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
It ain't happening. And also, sadly, they'll go offshore. Like, you're not fixing the problem.
They'll go back to the old way. That was the old way.
Exactly. So,
It's just wild because it's like you knew this was going to happen. You open the floodgates, and it's like, come on, you're going to, especially, the NFL, I feel like does an okay job trying to lock it down, and I feel like players that do gamble are quiet about it. But dude, something's gonna give. It's gonna explode. You can't keep a lid on this for long.
Think about the best gamble ever was FanDuel and DraftKings, like doing the fantasy betting, for so long.
Oh my God.
And promoting it and just in your face advertising, because the second it was allowed, like they took over the market like that. It was unreal. Flip of a switch, and they still have it.
It's wild. So let's go back to Ohtani. Do you think Ohtani was the one laying those bets? Do you think it was his interpreter tipping off whoever's in their hometown? Like, I don't even know if his old interpreter was even from the same town that Ohtani.
Yeah, apparently they were friends. Like, it's so muddy. He went to school. He didn't go to school. He played for. He was an interpreter for the Orioles. They're like, he was never here.
That's what I'm saying.
So it reminds me of that chef that did the same thing. He said he was like the Queen's chef, and he wasn't. He just faked it till he made it.
Like, it reminds me of the people that do like the sign language for police press conferences, and it's like it's on paper that they have the job, and they're sitting there like doing nothing with their hands. What's crazy is it's not like it happened one time, dude. It's happened so many times, and a lot with the same like you guys aren't checking up on this. Like,
so horrifying. It's so horrifying.
So I guess they have no one else that can interpret, and there's no one that knows what's going on. Like,
right.
And dude, does anybody care? Like, the Dodgers don't want to care about this.
No, yeah.
Like, he had a double in his opening day. Hooray!
Well, yeah,
way to go.
Yeah, I mean, he did great. In Korea, like there was so much going on that, like, honestly, hilariously, while this plays, I'm probably in Dodger Stadium because I'm going to LA tomorrow.
That's right.
So I'm probably watching this man play as we speak, which is hilarious. But yeah, I don't. The sport of baseball can't afford it. Right, globally, 2 countries cannot afford for Ohtani to go down on this.
God no.
And 3, like they could cover up anything. I mean, whether it's MLB, whatever they want to do, they can do. If they wanted to burn him at the stake, they would, like they did with the players in steroids, where every owner knew what was happening. Yeah. Every physician knew what happened. Doctors were giving the prescription to the steroids. So they all knew what was happening, but we blame the player as a society, which I think is a load of crap. And now,
Mike, I'm pro steroids.
Yeah, I know. The whole world knows, Corey. Just look at you. No, I'm just kidding.
If I took steroids, I would hope that I'm in better shape.
It's just a matter of like trying to find the right like you definitely go around the gym asking like, yo, what do you take? Like, how do I get that? How much a week? All right. Let me think about that.
You were benching how much last week, and now this week? That's okay. All right.
Like, even like the way, like, because Carl blew up out of nowhere. Like, I saw you guys at Jen's 40th, like, kind of meet in the room. And, like, I know you had a conversation, like, yeah, what are you taking? Like, so not saying my brother does steroids, but he all of a sudden
does.
has
muscle. I'll say it. He's absolutely doing steroids. Look into him.
His back looks like my face did when I was 13. Like, just all pimples. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, Carl, what are you doing? Rubbing pizza grease all over your face? What the hell's going on here?
Oh, man. But yeah, like, dude, baseball can't afford it. So do I think he was gambling? Absolutely. He's a competitor. $4.5 million. Like, I don't care what you say. Like,
yeah, I mean, dude.
There's companies that don't lose that amount of money, right? So you only have to take care of yourself. Now, there are sport agents that have told me, like, hey, that's actually it's a lot easier than you think to lose that much. But in that lump sum, because it was a huge payment, so it was like a bailout. It wasn't a,
right.
Yeah, it wasn't like a, so who knows? But what I do know is, they're going to tell him not to say anything. They're going to interpret whatever Ohtani has to say or do. And I think MLB, nothing will ever happen.
No, they're not looking into it any more than what's already out there. They're not going to continue to investigate. They're going, oh, nope, he said he didn't do it. Yeah. All right. But enjoy opening day.
What I plan on doing tomorrow is asking Dodgers fans if they think he did it. And number one, if you go on Kutt.com right now, you could bet against me. Either way, I'll accept the bet. So, go to Kutt.com, check them out. Use promo code GAMBLER, and you could bet on anything from any game, anything with the outcome that can be proven.
Yeah, anything. We're talking NFL, NHL, NBA, NCAA, all your sports, MLB, of course, but it could be the Oscars, the Emmys, literally anything with an outcome. I can bet if Mike's plane is going to get delayed tomorrow if I really want to.
I was like, where are you going?
And I might. No.
I was like, oh, no.
Delayed. I would never want to bet on something like that because I would feel bad if I won. I wonder what the odds would be, though, to be honest with you. But no, guys, check out Kutt.com. That's KUTT.com. It's a new way to bet. You bet directly against your friends. And it's not a gentleman's bet where, I'll pay you via Venmo. No, you put your money up first, then you place the bet, and that's it. The winner, as soon as there's an outcome, that you get paid. You don't have to worry about cutting a deal towards any sort of big app company or any of these other betting platforms. Put your money where your mouth is. KUTT.com. Check out Kutt, guys. It's available in the App Store for Apple, or you can play online if you have an Android device. Sweet. All right, so staying with baseball and on the West Coast, sort of, Joey Gallo was asked, and we have to bring this up because we roasted him, rightfully so. His career as a Yankee was, oh my God, it was awful. I think it was.
He's on the Nationals now, right?
Yeah,
you said West Coast.
I did say West Coast, East Coast. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So he was asked what was his worst memory as a Yankee or something along those lines, and he pretty much said, like, he laughed and he was like, "That's my entire time with the Yankees. I want to forget." And it's good to know that he at least is that self-aware to know, like, I did nothing good there. That was a blur in his career where he apparently can do and hit everything when he's not in the Bronx, which is
New York
comforting.
is tough, man. New York is tough. Baseball is a crazy game. You could have it one day and lose it the next, kind of like golf in that aspect. But yeah, man, like it's hysterical because you knew that was going to happen the second you DFA'd him. Like, you knew Joey Gallo was going to come back to form. It's your version of Jason Bay. He was awful in a Mets uniform.
Yeah.
But I think, in a Pirates uniform, he looked like freaking Captain America. So
the Captain America or David Wright Captain America?
The Marvel Captain America. It was a horrible comparison. I couldn't think of another superhero.
That's okay. You never know. You never know. Yeah. David Wright, do you think he comes back and dances? Break dances
with the dance crew.
I
hope not.
That's what I hope. I hope we go to like a Met game and
there's a lot of people.
It's like, let's introducing the dance crew, whatever they're called. Like, what are they called again?
Yeah. One high-profile person stopped following us because she didn't like my take on that, and I'll tell you off the air who that was. It wasn't Banks. Banks would never do.
No, Banks is great. We love Banks.
It was
Banks has been big moves lately.
You've
seen her? She's big
Banks
time, man.
All over the place. Very proud of her.
Yeah,
she's amazing.
She's doing great.
She's great for the sport. Great for
just for everything, man. She's just been. Her career is taking off finally, well overdue, and we're happy to see her shining like that.
Yeah, but they didn't like our whole dance thing. I just think it's corny, man. I don't get it. I don't need it.
Why would you not? First of all, I can't wait to find out who this person is, but to have that much of a problem, you're going to unfollow. Not that all right, this is going to make me sound like I care about the unfollow, but it's like the same take we make on like cheerleaders in sports. I don't care about the cheerleaders. Like, even like you go to, like, I think we even mentioned, you go to a hockey game and it's like, here's the Devils cheerleaders. Like, bro, I'm there to watch the sport.
And they're also not paying the individual like a crazy amount of money. So if it was creating a job in which now these people could provide for their families, like, I doubt. I bet you it's Six Flags type money being given to these kids to dance, where it's like $16 an hour.
It was,
like,
I guess, hold on, let's look
There's
up.
There's no way
they're
making, I don't know. I just think it's
I'm Googling the average salary of an NFL cheerleader. Holy shit.
Oh, NFL probably.
I know, but like, this has kind of caught me off guard a little bit.
Yeah.
So the average NFL cheerleader makes $45K a year for, however many. I guess they do like appearances and stuff like that, like off season. Yeah. So okay, that's not terrible. Depending, like, if you're cheering in Kansas City, $45K might be okay. I don't really know what the market is out there, but They say top earners make $75K to cheerlead. How do you depict, like, how do you, I need an NFL, this is going to sound, oh my gosh, this is going to sound,
captain.
this is going to
But
sound
also
like
that's an
such
average of
a hoax.
45K, so there is people below.
We need to get these cheerleaders on the phone, Mike.
Yeah.
This is going to sound, my wife's going to listen to
Actually,
this, and she's going to
Diamond,
roll her
we,
eyes. But
we
yeah,
have
sure.
we have a former cheerleader in our network.
I do.
Diamond.
I want to know
Yeah, she
what
was a
separates
Jets
like the
cheerleader.
top earners from the average, or like here's the crazy thing is like the average and like the 75th percentile according to Google of the cheerleader salary, like 75% of cheerleaders make an average of 49K. So the other 25% make 75. That's a huge jump. That's like a 40% jump there. Like I want to know what it is.
Well,
Anyway.
also like the lifespan of a cheerleader's career is shorter than a running back. Yeah, like I'm not kidding. Because like I saw like Diamond struggled to stay in the game. She went all the way down to Atlanta, tried out for them. Like, and she's amazing. Like she's awesome.
Yeah, if you're
And,
slumming it in Atlanta,
No, like so
Man.
she was a Jets cheerleader, and then I know she tried out for Atlanta, and she was close. Falcons.
oh God. And that was back when the Falcons were probably good too. I mean, we can always try again. They're
Yeah.
not doing too hot. No, I want to get Diamond. We got to talk to her and figure out. I got to know
Yeah,
like the
we
top
need-
earners.
we need the
But
tea.
these break dancers, they're not making.
No,
They're,
like
they're
I
maybe
think about
making
it
like 15 grand for the
yeah,
season.
The person who dances with Bugs Bunny at like Great Adventure, like I'm guaranteeing it's that type of money. Like
so
it's
like,
not-
what's the draw? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're gonna boost your dancing career. You
Yeah.
can probably do something better at like a studio, or it's like, what is it?
I don't know.
And I know it's like a local. Isn't it? It is a local. I think they said
Is
it's
it?
like a from, or they're using local talent like to
Okay,
promote.
whatever.
I don't
like
know.
I know the Coens are into art and stuff, but also like, yo, if I'm trying to get to the bathroom and there's like a dance crew like in my way, and,
Step
like,
over some
yeah,
folded cardboard boxes.
I
You're
don't
there to
know.
watch baseball. They have like the kid part of City Field, like Kiddie
Yeah,
Field and all that
yeah.
stuff. Like, I'm never comfortable saying that, by the way, but they have that. They have that. So it's like, okay, I get it. If you have your kids with you and you want to enjoy the ball game, like that makes sense. But like, no, if the Mets are down 2 runs and it's the bottom of the 8th, like you don't want to see someone popping and locking. Like, it's so dumb.
I don't know. Like, and maybe if they just threw it out there and didn't really like tell us like the press release and stuff like that, and it just became a thing. Like,
But the
fact
grounds
that-
crew.
Yeah,
Like,
something like that.
Like,
yeah,
you know, they're
yeah.
out, like they're combing the
Right,
infield,
right.
and someone
Yeah.
decides to like walk on their hands all the way out to second base or something.
We
like,
used to have the Pepsi crew that would go out and like throw T-shirts into the crowd and
yeah,
stuff.
whatever.
You know, like that kind of rollout. But the fact that they were like, yeah, this is what we're doing, and this is a big deal. Like, you're like, big news tomorrow.
Yeah,
You're like,
press release and everything.
uh,
Thanks, Steven.
yeah, it's weird. It's still
Oh,
weird. I
God.
can't believe we're talking about it. Still 4 weeks later.
Let's get to our first commercial break here.
Okay.
When we come back, we're going to talk about the Gold Zone because that's pretty exciting. I've been talking to a lot of people that are really excited for this year's Olympics, along with what the hell NASA's up to again. And then, of course, for the 800th time, you'll hear my take on the moon. Just stay with us, guys. This is Divide Live on Fox Sports The Gambler.
You could let it burn for a couple minutes so it gets closer to. I'm still not gonna tell you who it was just
the
because.
Oh,
Yeah. I'll
oh.
tell you. She
when we cut it, when we get
yeah.
off the air, because
might.
it's personal.
Right.
Also, I do like the camera angle, but it seems like you are like I'm smaller in
Mm-hmm.
everything. I don't want to fix it now, but I just noticed. I'm like, wow, I am.
I could fix it.
Nah, man, I kind of like it.
You're tiny. I'm big. I'm on steroids.
Yeah, after Q's me and Carl. Anyway, if you guys are still with us through YouTube, Carl's definitely on steroids.
No, it's not.
It's
not.
important because we need this word to get out. If you suspect someone is using and abusing drugs, Mike, you gotta really, you gotta approach it in a calm, collective way. And I
That's
think telling the
hilarious.
entire world. Can you
Yeah.
imagine if he was though? What if he was just like if he just
No.
came clean, like Easter dinner? I mean, I know you're gonna be away, but like he was just like, I can't stop.
He did have the same trajectory of like Barry Bonds, where like you could literally, like on my 30th birthday, you could have held him up by his ankle, like, and he would be like, "You boys play too much."
Like let you borrow a hat. It's the size of the Mr.
That's his head right now.
Yeah.
He's just sweating profusely, like he didn't even do anything. Why are you sweating? He's like, I sweat.
Keeps ripping the door off the hinges every time he walks in and out of his house.
I always thought, like, if I ever did it, I would just have the Eric Carmen effect, where I would just get fatter, like beefcake.
Just grow a pair of boobs and call it a day.
Man, it's great.
No, Carl, man, we love you, buddy. But if you don't knock it off, you're gonna hurt a lot of people, including your
should we plan like one of those sit downs, like we all
intervention?
Yeah. When you get angry,
Carl, we all prepared these letters for you.
I want the old Carl back.
And we'll invite like people from his past that he can't stand, and just like people.
When Fred Brighton asked you to put down that bunt and a gust of wind kept you at the plate and you were running in place, that's the brother I want. That's a real story that actually happened. Yo, the wind was so strong.
He used to weigh 80 pounds, you guys.
He's like, oh no.
We wouldn't invite him out on windy days. For the month of March, forget about it. The kid was never allowed outside the house. All right, we got to get back to it. Enough of dogging poor Carl.
I don't even know where to find.
Who cares?
You're listening to The Divide right here on The Gambler.
All right, we're back. And if you missed it during the break, if you weren't on YouTube Live, we had a nice heartwarming chat about some things. And I highly suggest. It was fantastic. I would have very much liked to have that rant on the air if it wasn't for the fact that I'm sure 99.9% of our listeners would be like, dude, what's going on? Can you guys just stop?
Yeah.
But I had a blast, man. I thought it was
great.
extremely fun. Let's talk. So Paris Olympics, guys, Summer Olympics this year. I'm actually super excited for this.
Me too.
Just because there's a lot of new stuff happening. They announced some new sports, and it's in Paris. Like there's a lot of cool ways that they plan on doing this. They're now introducing, new to the NBC team, is the Gold Zone. So Scott Hansen. Not Chris Hansen.
Yeah. Not
Scott
to be
Hansen.
confused.
It's important.
Diddy's like, what?
Yeah. Dude, can we, like, there's still been no statement.
There could be a celebrity.
There's no statement from him. Have
They
you
could
seen
make
a statement from Diddy?
celebrity version of the show now. I like to have celebrity, like,
yeah, between the Nickelodeon thing coming out and now, like, it's
so
unreal,
disappointing.
bro. But, like, dude, I don't want to get
better.
too much into it.
Yeah.
But Diddy literally left on a private jet to an island. Allegedly, the same, like, hours before his house was raided. And there's been no statement from Diddy. No, like, hey, no, this was just a random coincidence. I'm fully cooperating with any. There's been nothing. He's off the grid, you guys.
I thought I told you that. We won't stop.
Yo,
I guess he stopped.
swear. Left his family, like his daughter's house got raided.
Allegedly.
It's wild. I'm telling you, man, this is a bad week for me to have spring break, man. I've just been on Twitter way too much.
Yo, 50 has been like, he's smiling more than he loves to smile. Now he's like, can't stop
You
smiling.
heard what he said. He's like,
yeah.
someone asked him about it, and he was like, they don't raid your house unless they have a cut case on you, dude.
And
like,
also, like, his ex-wife or ex-girl was with, like, Diddy. And
Really?
stuff. Yeah, so now he's, like, asked for full custody of his kid. And, like, she's getting dragged through the mud, allegedly. Yo, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. But like I said, it's a lot of people are smiling, but it's horrific, too, like, to think about,
Oh, if the accusations are true,
well,
it's
yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, if it's two consensual grown-ups, like, that's fine. But
that's
if it's,
not what they're saying.
Right. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. If it's the horrifying stuff that we don't know and we can only assume, that's scary.
Yeah. So I don't know how we got on this. Once again,
You said Chris Hansen.
Oh,
instead of Scott
Jesus
Hansen.
Christ.
Yeah,
So Scott Hansen
Right.
is now part of the NBC team
Oh.
for the Summer Olympics in Paris. He is now going to be hosting Gold Zone, that is going to air the best and most exciting Olympic moments at any given time, or I guess for a certain hour block. I can't imagine Scott's going to do this for like 24 hours straight, although I would love to see nothing but Scott just down coffee, smoke cigarettes, and cover every single Olympic sport. I'm not saying Scott Hansen smokes. I don't know if he does, but I'm saying it would be fantastic if this dude would just cover 24 hours straight of the Olympics. But
Right.
I don't know if you know this, Mike, but there are at least 40 Olympic events happening simultaneously. What happened? Oh, did something go? Oh.
Keep talking.
There's at least 40 events that happen at the same time for these types of games. So they'll kind of give the chance to not have everything pre-recorded. I know when I watch the Olympics, it's always like when did this happen? This happened 3 hours ago, so on and so forth. So I just kind of think this is going to add something really cool to it. Now, the crazy part is when we watch Red Zone and Scott Hansen, like we're watching football, like we know exactly what we're going to get. But when we're talking Summer Olympics, it could be, track and field. It could be javelin. It could be, whatever else. Wrestling is a part of the Summer Olympics. So you can cut through a bunch of different sports and still kind of be interested in everything. This is going to be pretty wild to kind of see. I don't know how they're going to really be able to figure out like the most exciting moments, but
Yeah, it's smart for all these other sports to be able to do that and have a situation where they could also be glorified and stuff like that. And you get to see all the hot spots. That's always hard. You got to rely on the news or something like that to show you that. Or you're like, oh, what is this? Oh, it's a replay from yesterday. And somebody tells you they won. But I would definitely, I think about this in bars. I think about this, at, retail shops. It's going to look great.
yeah, the NBC's kind of they're trying to bring more people to watch the Olympics. So like right now, like Kelly Clarkson, Peyton Manning, Mike Tirico, they're all scheduled to host like the opening ceremonies, and they're gonna have guests here and there drop in. It's gonna be like a pretty. I mean, I know the Olympics. It sounds stupid to say because the Olympics are a big event, but this is gonna be pretty big, and the Olympics are now gaining more traction. Adding a few of those newer sports to help attract younger viewers, and just having a revamped competition. It's gonna be dope.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It's really cool. Should we take a break?
Yeah, let's take another quick break. When we come back again, we're gonna talk about The Rock in BK in Brooklyn, where Mike can tell you for the 800th time that he's from Brooklyn. Also, again, we're gonna talk about NASA and exactly what stupid things they're gonna be up to. Stay with us, guys. Divide Live on Fox Sports The Gambler. How does it die? Is it plugged in? Or is it not plugged in? Is it just plugged into the computer?
I guess it. I mean, it says it's charging now, which is hilarious, but yeah, it's dead. I don't get it. Everybody on YouTube Live, you're getting the behind the scenes.
Whoa, look at that. I feel like this is like the original like real world camera setup.
You could redo that whole segment if you want, because it's
What I don't care. It was a short segment. We'll bring it back. pan that stuff. I can help with the pan dilemma. Oh no, the bird.
Give them a shot to do what?
I found the remedy to take our podcast to the next level.
Go on. This is the Divide Live. I'm Corey. This is Mike.
I'm Mike.
Then at noon, we are announcing a new show called The Divide.
No, I'm not in the business for giggles. I'm in the business for laughs. Bro.
Home runs.
Yeah, I was just taking a look at the Divide. Nice looking show. They got a website too.
Yeah, we're doing it up, man.
Rollerblading is starting to get big again.
Really?
Yeah. Welcome to the Divide with Mike and Corey.
And we have 2 working cameras.
Hey.
I still look bigger than you, which is funny.
It's all right,
but,
man.
I mean,
It's great for continuity.
it's life, right? All right, let's start this back up, and then we'll just do whatever we want.
Yeah, we got 15 minutes to play. We'll go crazy.
You're listening to The Divide, right here on The Gambler.
And we're back. Divide Live, Fox Sports The Gambler. Some technical difficulties, but it's okay.
It's all right.
We pushed through it.
No, it happens.
If you were on YouTube Live, you saw it. It's karma for what we did for the first break.
Movie magic.
It happens. Let's go.
Do you think Carl shut us down?
That's the first thing I thought. Like, who's in
Remote access?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, who's in streamer? But no, Carl doesn't know how to do that. His small steroided out
His
brain.
fingers are too big now. I can't hit the buttons.
This is only funny to us because you guys probably missed there in the first break. So that's why that joke was for us, not for you guys.
Yeah. This show's for us.
It is. So let's talk real quick before we jump around. Let's go wrestling, which is your forte, really. But it's exciting for you because it was just announced recently, or about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, that The Rock is going to return to Brooklyn on April 1st, which is Monday.
The last Raw before Mania, so it's a big one. You know, like anything that's not decided, things are going to be added to cards, stuff like that. Like, it's kind of like, and it's also a showcase type Raw because you don't really want anybody to get injured. So you're going to see a lot of stuff happen, a lot of promos, stuff like that. So I'm excited for that. What I'm not excited about is if this guy, like, he's got to keep his mouth shut about Brooklyn, or else, like, I'm not saying I can fight The Rock, but it's definitely, like, it's one thing when he's making fun of other, like, Utah, like, calling them meth heads and stuff. Like, bro, you got to put some respect in Brooklyn. And so far, he said all the right things, but I want a Memphis-type response. So you should go out there, sing a couple Rock songs, be The Rock. But if you're trying to get at the crowd by mock New York, mock New Jersey, mock anything outside of just the actual borough, that's all I'm trying to say. Be respectful to Big, and that's it.
Yeah, you know what you should do is you should mock. Where's he from? Hawaii, I think. No,
Yeah, he's Hawaiian.
He's Hawaiian. I think you should mock Hawaii and that whole. That's why if he that just go blow for blow with him, man. If he's gonna mock Brooklyn, I think you should really get out there and send it right to him. And then drop a pin.
Racist.
Drop a pin on your location.
Like,
no,
I'm
he's
not,
The Rock. Even if he does say it, it's wrestling. It's fake.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying.
Now,
like, I get very
I'm so
sensitive.
curious as to why he's doing this.
Well, one, he's on the board now, right?
Okay.
And two, like, CM Punk got injured. That was going to be the huge get. So, I mean, he's resurrected this whole thing. Wrestling is fun again.
Of course.
There's people asking for tickets that haven't watched wrestling since they were probably in high school, middle school. There's a huge buzz, and it's great because it's long overdue. It's kind of like they were idle for a while, and everybody didn't like all the creative that was coming out of the McMahons, and this is a breath of fresh air, and he's a heel. So it's a really cool thing, and people are still doubting. They think that, he could still turn on Roman Reigns, and that's going to become a feud. There's still a lot of stuff that could occur, and there's a lot of rumors. So it's almost an uncertain week that we're about to embark, and it's really, really fun to the point where Fox Sports The Gambler will become, on Monday morning, Fox Sports The Wrestler. For 8 days, Monday through Monday, we're going Fox Sports The Wrestler.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, very proud of our team. Shout outs to Germ for making the creative. It's just really cool. And, it's gonna be a packed-filled wrestling content. And, it starts Monday. So it's pretty dope.
That's awesome. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
There's, while you were announcing that, I was just happened to look, and there's a business called The Rock Shop in Brooklyn. It may be closed, but there's one review that said it sells rocks and jewelry made from rocks. And then there's another review that says it's a nice bar in the neighborhood. So what? Maybe they do both. Maybe they sell rocks and fossils and jewelry, and maybe they also serve alcohol.
Yo,
too.
also, pardon my ignorance, but I keep looking at your hat and I keep laughing because it looks like one of those, like, chair beds that you would lay in, like the way it's reclined.
It is a hospital bed.
Yeah.
It's I'm a supporter of
adjustable
first
mattress.
responders.
A huge fan of adjustable mattresses. Like, matter of fact, I got this hat just to let everybody know I believe in better sleep.
I bought this at my chiropractor's office. Okay, just a huge fan of health, spine health.
Yeah, just a healthy incline while you're watching TV. If you have a snoring problem, you could just incline on my hat. And stuff like that. Like, I get it. I wear Brooklyn. It's my go-to hat, especially when I'm kind of fighting the Mets demons, as I call them. And but yeah, you're over here wearing a goddamn lazy boy.
It's a hockey stick. For those who don't listen to Mike.
Okay,
a hockey stick. It is.
That's just, like, I'm sorry, man. Like, I know I'm not the best designer in the group, but geez Louise,
I'm not gonna shout out where the hat's from anymore.
I was gonna say, who sold you that? That guy's like, yo, I literally put a check mark.
Looks like one of the Nike reject hats that got messed up by the sewing machine is what it looks like. He's dying. Oh, no. He's not making it that way. Well, you know what? I'm going to post this hat, a picture of this hat on Facebook, and we can let the people decide what they think it is. They can give us the thumbs up button, or they can do what a lot of people are doing nowadays on Facebook, and that's poke. They can start poking.
Also, poking is coming back, but I'm gonna keep poking you for a second before we go to the next. How often do you see a hockey stick where the blade is
Hold
up?
on, I gotta take this. Hold on. It's just the way my brim is bent, bro. This is.
I get it.
I
get it. Oh, okay. All right.
Wait, hold on. Let's see.
All right. Now, no.
See? Hold on. I gotta figure out camera angle.
Yeah,
here.
I guess because the way you bend your hat, it kind of made it look like the legs also went down.
Man, some people, they just don't understand hockey, you guys.
I'm just trying to poke. We poked fun at Carl. We poked fun at your hat.
I know.
We poked fun of my love for Brooklyn.
Carl can't bend his brim in his hat anymore. He would just snap the brim in half. The poor kid is probably at home right now and just catching strays for no reason whatsoever.
He's got rage.
Carl also has. We're in the group chat. We're on it now. We might as well keep going.
Right.
Carl has like conversational ADD and ADHD.
Yes.
Like we'll be talking about baseball in the group chat, and he'll chime in with like something political, and
Out
then
of nowhere.
the next thing will be like who the Jets sign next, and then it'll be the weather. It's like the most random. I'm just like, I would love to see his timeline, man. His algorithm must be
out
insane.
of hand. It's got to be out of hand.
It's got to be insane.
He's always reporting stuff like 5-10 minutes before it pops up on your phone from an actual reporter. It's ridiculous, but
it's wild.
Yeah, it's all over
man.
the place. Like he's like, let me tell you about the stock market.
God, he's got to get out.
We're all like just having normal guy conversations. This dude's dropping like newspaper articles on us and stuff.
He's read the room, Carl. Read the room.
Yeah.
Let's talk about NASA real quick, just because we have to, because that's just what we do now. So it was reported earlier this week that NASA found margarita ingredients in space. And I don't want to bore you with the details, but it's not what you think it is.
Oh man, I was thinking a Bachelorette group figured out time travel and they're up in space.
Dude, it would, so that I would have loved to read about. This a bunch of nerds, man. This is why I hate NASA. First of all, it goes to explain that, like, oh yeah, they found ingredients for a margarita in space, like in between things that are like eons away or whatever the correct distance you like. You know what I mean?
So it's like if something's in my fridge and something's at my friend's house.
No, it's not like, dude. At first I was like, we know there's garbage in space. Maybe they dumped
some marks.
Yeah, whatever.
No.
No, this is like billions of light years away, and it's like around 2 forming stars / planet. It's basically the nerds that are like, well, technically, if you break this down, it's alcohol, and there's alcohol in margaritas, and then there's this, that. Like, it's not even like, it's not like they found sour mix tequila and something out there. No, man.
In a bottle just floating
for
around.
real. No, it's like compounds that you would find
Jose
in,
Cuervo.
like, yeah, it's just so dumb.
That's funny.
It's so dumb. Is this like why? Like, you don't need to get people to read about NASA. We don't want to. You don't tell us that there's margarita ingredients in space. That's not going to make it interesting for us. Yeah. Not to mention that this is all BS anyway. We've never been to the moon.
Stop.
We've never been to space.
Stop.
So let's talk about the next thing NASA did recently, and that was they sent earlier in the month. They sent a message in a bottle, whatever that looks like in NASA form, to one of Jupiter's moons to try to like lure out some sort of alien life form. This is the part that like drives me crazy.
We're poking aliens.
Like, what was it, a year or two ago, NASA straight up was like, yeah, no, there's UFOs, there's aliens, like we have this intel. And then ever since they said that, they have yet to provide us with a damn alien.
Yeah,
like
or even a UFO.
Or
like
you
that.
exactly
Yeah,
like, dude, don't do that. Don't gaslight us, NASA, and think that we're just gonna like go along. Like, they're real, totally. Like, they're up to something. If they're real. Show us the alien. Like, bring one to us.
But here's the thing: if you want funding, what do?
Yeah, I know.
You tell people stuff, right? So like, hey, look, we gotta be watching these guys, right? But they're real now, so give us some money. Like, and fear causes people to spend money. So like it's a little bit of
I see what you're going at here. So NASA is the reason for inflation. All this time we've been blaming the government and the presidency, the current sitting president, for this inflation. It's NASA all along. Current sitting president. So you know what's
where's
crazy?
Carl when you need him?
Oh my God! Surprised the chat's not blowing up on our phone right now. The craziest thing is, like, what are you gonna do if you find what you're looking for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, we barely survive on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And we're trying to send a message to something that's surviving in, like, the cold, deep space.
Like, hey, we got this paradise over here. You want to check this out? Like, and what are we
know you guys have
them?
been living in harsh conditions, and here, just come send whoever you're with that have survived this impossible place to survive. Come sit on this planet that's extremely easy to survive, apparently. We didn't even know we were going to be here.
The message in the bottle is brought to you by FanDuel. Use promo code UFO. Like, that's probably what it is.
Bro, I want a wrapped spaceship. I would respect NASA a lot more if they wrapped that thing like NASCAR.
Oh yeah, like C4 Energy or
Dude,
something.
Exactly.
Like something
that'd
crazy.
Be great, man. You should make that
awesome.
connection, dude.
I'll try.
That'd be great. That'd be
Hey,
fantastic.
NASA, you know what you need? You need a salesperson.
You know, it's an explosion in the gym. We don't want an explosion.
Right,
we just want the rockets to go off.
Yeah,
So we'll see. We need takeoff for your workout. That's C4. It's C4. Oh my God.
Too much C4 in this one. Like, if it does blow up, you just, you know what? That rocket didn't have.
So are you upset in any way, shape, or form that the first baseball game you're going to this season is probably going to be a Dodger one?
No, because I've never been there.
Okay.
And Heritage is, if they didn't move to L.A. and the Giants didn't go to San Francisco, there's no such thing as the New York Mets. So I feel like I should pay dues. Also go see the Babe Ruth from Japan, and that's Ohtani. Throw some bets on him, parlays, stuff like that. I'll be like, blink Ohtani if you think I should take the over. Like, I don't know. It's gonna be fun, but have a Dodger dog. Peyton's excited for it. So it's 8 miles from where we're staying. So, like, I know, like, it's a real 20 minutes where, like, but anywhere else it would be, like, my house to your house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which is
exactly.
crazy. Yeah, which is crazy to think. But, it's going to be a fun time, and I really hope I get to go. It looks like it's decent weather tomorrow, or I should say today, depending on when you're listening to this. But after that, the weekend, it gets really rainy, and that's when we're going to Universal to go to Mario Kart Land or whatever it's called.
Well, that's what they have out there now, the new Mario situation.
Yeah, pretty excited. We're eating at Toad's Castle or Toad's House or whatever.
Man, that sounds great.
It's like Carl serving you before he took steroids.
Oh my God, dude. So, no, that should be a fun trip, man. That should be good.
Yeah, I'm excited. So that's, and then we got the iHeart Music Awards. So Peyton will walk the red carpet and then go, okay, Dad, it's time to go home. The problem with that is, like, we're staying in a hotel room. The minute she's ready to go to sleep, she wants everything off, like pitch black. So then you're just sitting there in your thoughts. And my one buddy, actually, I won't out him, my coworker was like, just lock the door, like close the door and go to the bar. And I was like, bro, she's 7. Like, first off, and she's a smart 7. She'll wake up and, like, go up to the front desk and be like, my dad left me.
Yeah. You know what you could do, though, right? You could
hide in the bathroom.
No. You turn everything off. You take his advice. You go to the bar, but you FaceTime her iPad from your phone.
He suggested that too,
and that way you can watch like a baby monitor.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, get a baby monitor, get something, but it's not worth the ticket or the.
It's just a bar downstairs, right? It's not like you're leaving the hotel.
I get that, but no,
she'll be fine.
Thanks, man. These are famous last words, like. But anybody who's a parent, like, don't do that. Like,
you know what's funny is I'm encouraging it, but then if you did it and it backfired, I'd be like, yeah, man, I could have told you.
And then on the reverse, I was like, the only thing I ever did close to that was, like, she was sleeping and we were in the backyard at on a fire pit, and they're like, I wouldn't have done that. I was like, what? Like, now you're judging me? Like, like I can, like, I had a baby monitor, like, like kind of thing. And so, yeah. So to each his own. It's like, that's a bad mood, man. That's a bad move.
Come on. Give me a break, but a bar is a good idea. All right, we got to wrap, guys. We will see you next week. This was Divide Live on Fox Sports The Gambler.